Welcome back. Now, the following athlete is determined to win a medal for her country. Chanel van Zyl has represented South Africa at the previous 3 Paralympic Games and is determined to make Rio her 4th, where she's adamant on bringing home a medal.
Chanel van Zyl was always keen on being something great in her life. When by chance a teacher invited her to participate in disability sport at primary school level, she found her passion and never looked back.
I am a Paralympic athlete. I've been to Athens in 2004. I've been to Beijing in 2008 and London 2012. I haven't medaled yet, but if you watch me, I will medal one day. I'm working very hard towards it. I'm now 28 years old. I was born in Johannesburg, lived there all my life. My sporting career started when I was in study 3 in 1997. And the one teacher just came to me and like, okay, would you like to try for the essays? And we're like, okay, let's give it a go. And from there, my love for sport started. I did everything that you can think about. I did running, I did discus, shot put, javelin, cycling, you name it, I did it, I tried. And then about 4 years ago, I decided to, take like 1 or 2 events and try and, be better at them. So yes, I took the discus and shot put. And so far it's going good. I'm happy with what I see so far.
Chanel was born in Gauteng. Athletics, not really athletics, but she was born with a very tenacious spirit. She was born with this huge tornado of energy. So yes, that is. She was born that way. Her tenacity gave me the encouragement to encourage her. And I think it's a huge honor for her to be presenting her country, and it's the most humble experience. I mean, if you go to OR Tambo and you welcome that team, it is like there's nothing in this world that gets under. It's like under your skin all the time. It's beautiful.
Athens and Beijing was more like, okay, I'm in the team, I'm just going to do my best. London was my first one where I actually set my mind on a medal, which I think was the wrong thing to do, but also the right thing, because I mean that's the ultimate thing that you want. But then I also need to find, why am I doing sport? Why am I still at age 28? Why am I still doing sport? So my sports psychologist, Leon van Niekerk, is currently helping me with that. He is amazing, as well as my coaches. My Eben from Mars is now my field coach, and then Jacques Pichet is my gym coach. And together we make a mean team.
Chanel is currently working under the guidance of 2 coaches. One is working with her on her shot put and discus technique, while the other is working on her strength training in the gym. She has a challenging time juggling a full-time job and training, but her dedication overcomes her fatigue.
Well, we only started 3 weeks ago, so we sat down and talked about technique, and we both decided that's not going to bring closer to a medal. So at this stage, we are experimenting on various issues. Obviously, we need to take disability in consideration, but I'm changing our entire technique, and hopefully we can achieve. Let's say 26, between 24 and 26 meters at the South African Championships.
An average training gym session at the moment is practically coming in, foam rolling, and then warming up just to get the movements clean. The moment when we have that, normally we will do a little bit of plyometrics, jumping, stretching, throwing some medicine balls. And then from there, what we'll do is we'll go into our strength work, and then we'll finish up with a good core session.
In the day, I do work from 8 till 4, so yeah, I am kind of exhausted when it comes to training. But then I get here and I get excited again. It's my passion, it's what I want to do. I've got now a new coach, like I said, Eben from Mars, and we have broken down everything that I have ever known regarding a technique. So I'm starting at baby steps again, with a new technique. I'm an old master, just learning something new. So for now it's only, trying to master that one. Then go to the essays 25 to 27 March. And then from there on see what's the distance, and then just trying to qualify for World Champs. Once I'm there, I'm just going to take it as competition experience. And then, of course, I think somewhere at the back of my mind, a medal. So yes, that's my training schedule for the next 6 months at least.
Since Chanel has attended the past 3 Paralympic Games and has always returned empty-handed, she has changed her coaches and her throwing technique in the hopes of Rio being her medaling Paralympic Games.
I have been doing shot put and discus for the past 16 years, which is a long time. I don't like to think of myself as growing old. I'm going to do this up until the body says, listen girl, no more for you. And if they have to make me a sitting athlete, so be it. But I'm not going to stop my sport. So yeah, I'm not thinking about growing old at the moment. So what I'll do then, that's another problem. I'll think about it then.
This fun-filled athlete is her own role model, as Chanel believes she is the one going out there and doing the hard work every day. She looks forward to the national champs to ensure that everything she and her coaches have been working on comes to fruition.
It's important for athletes to have the right equipment for their specific event. This is in order to avoid injuries, make them run faster or jump higher. The one thing that's never looked into is the actual track on which they run. The next insert takes a look at the making and maintenance of an athletics track.
The unique athletics track at UJ that is so identifiable due to its blue U is inspired by the track built in Berlin. The main part of the track is not what is visible to the eye, but the different layers that are placed beneath the surface that offers support for athletes' bodies when they participate and train on this unique track.
Back in 2007, 2008, we would start with this project, to really revamp the track, do something different, do a little bit of replanning, because where we sit at the moment was grass, and we decide, especially if we take a look at what's happening internationally, and to have an international accredited facility, we tend to look a little bit and borrow a little bit abroad, and really, and on all the facilities I've been taking part on all over the world, you take bits and pieces and you bring it back.
When we construct a surface like this particular one is what we call a full polyurethane. It's constructed in 3 layers. So it's a 3-layer system. So we do 1 layer, we do import from Konica from Switzerland raw materials. It comes in primary form in a part A and a B. Then we mix it proportionally. Then we spread it onto the asphalt with squeegees. Then the EPDM granules, the rubber granules that we see, is then thrown onto the wet polyurethane. What's embedded during the curing process, that's your first layer. And so you do 3 layers until you get to the final layer. The accuracy of this is so important when construction is taking place. And this is all very well documented by the IAAF, International Amateur Athletics Federation. They have a track and field facilities manual that specifies every requirement when you do construction. You can imagine this is a 400-meter track. It cannot be less, it cannot be more. You don't want a start line and a finish line at a different place. It has to be on the same place. The gradients here are very important for drainage of the water. From lane 8 down to lane 1 towards the drainage is maximum 1% slope. On the D area for the high jump, it's only 0.4%.
There are 2 types of internationally approved materials used for the construction of the upper layer of an athletics track. Due to the harsh and extreme weather conditions in South Africa, this specific track at the University of Johannesburg has been laid with tartan, making it less affected by the hot summers and cold winters experienced in Johannesburg. This makes the UJ track incredibly easy for athletes to train on throughout the year.
when they lay down this track, they lay down immediately as a single layer, and it's not like with the Mondo where every individual track is being laid because it's a carpet that's been joined together on the white lines. This one gives that little bit explosiveness, but it's also not too soft, also not too hard, and it also depends on really how thick you are putting down your surface. Anything between 11 and sometimes in some areas about 15 millimeters. On your takeoff parts and on your high usage parts of your track, you tend to throw the tartan a little bit thicker so that it can last a little bit longer, especially at your 100 meters and 200 meter and 400 meter starts. You tend to do it a little bit on the thicker side because of the traction of the blocks on that areas, and it's a high wear area. Then if we take here on the run-ups, especially at your triple jump, your part where you do the hop and step after the board, you tend to throw that a little bit thicker to provide a little bit of cushioning for the athlete, especially on the lower limb.
For us, middle distance, a track has to be fast if it's new or older as well. But the surface of the track as well must be in good condition for us middle distance because we use more of our toes.
I think the balls are quite standard, but the track, like I would say, it's like a bit thicker at the end, so it's like less strain on the shins and stuff. That's why we as long jumpers never get shins. So yeah, I think it caters for us as long jumpers, triple jumpers. It's a good track. I would say basically for long jumper and triple jump, it's a good track. Sprinters as well, yeah. So everything about the track is like made for an athlete.
It's a good surface, and if you can see by the jumps, the layer's extra thick. So for us, it's less impact and it helps you because I mean jumping, triple jump, it's conservative jumps. It takes a lot of impact on the knees, joints and so on. So yeah, like I said, it's a world-class stadium. I mean, you want to train a world-class stadium to compete, go further, because that's where you're going to compete your major competitions.
The track is easily maintained, and UJ have put together a team that constantly ensures that the track is at its optimum throughout the year. The sports management at UJ is very proud that they could bring such a world-class facility to their athletes as they strive for maximum performance.
Maintenance is basic. There are machines available on the market that you can brush the surface. Backpack blower, just removing the bit of grass, dust from the surface. And if needed, you can use high pressure.
For us, it's about student sport, providing on one side the creating an academic pathway or a career for these students, but also on the other ones provide them with a platform where they have internationally renowned and tested facilities to compete and to train.
This blue track has inspired other countries to convert their athletics tracks to different colours. This will make homegrown athletes less intimidated by brightly coloured tracks that they will compete on internationally and concentrate on the competitive task at hand.
Well, that brings us to an end of another exciting episode of the Road to Rio show. Remember, if you'd like to know any more information about the athletes or the coaches, simply visit sascog.co.za or supersport.com. Or alternatively, the next time you are in your grocery store, pick up a copy of the Road to Rio 2016 quarterly magazine. Till next time, keep supporting the athletes and the coaches as they embark on their road to Rio 2016.